right, ladies, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm not using my tripod that stands on the floor because it goes over my shoulder and my body parts get in your way. And I know this is upside down. I tried using my Logitech, which was great. I was able to spin it. But then the problem is I couldn't go live on Facebook. It would only let me do my laptop camera, which you're only going to see me. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying not to go through Zoom. There's so much going on Zoom that I really don't want to get you guys involved in it. You know, people are being hacked and different things. So I'm trying to stay away from Zoom. I'm not sure if you can hear me, so I'm going to try to turn the volume up. I might get a little echo. Okay, so I can hear it. All right, so you're not going to see me. I can say hi with my hands, mwah, for your kisses. So this is what you're going to be painting today. Okay, it's a vase with some hydrangeas. I'll turn around so you can see it. There you go. That's what you're going to be painting today. Now I sent the list of supplies. I think I forgot to tell you you're going to need folk art floating medium. Okay, you're going to also need that. I am going to try to paint upside down. I'm not sure if I can, but I'm going to try. If not, we're going to be painting this way. Okay, so this is what you're painting today. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Now, if you didn't get a flat canvas, I mean, you can paint this on anything. I bought a flat canvas. Okay, easier to store for me. You can also frame these, okay? Or what you can do is you can get this 11 by 14 mixed media. Okay. I'm trying not to stand and teach. I'd like to sit and teach. It's just a lot easier on my back. I went and had my other shots done. So I don't know if I can. I think if I... Oh no, I can still see messages. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn this so I can see messages if anybody gets on. Oh, of course not. It doesn't. There we go. Okay, make sure the volume is down. Yeah, it's not going to let me see messages. Oops. Hold on 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties. I don't want to do a full screen because then I can't see. I can't see comments. All right. So anyhow, it's a mixed media tablet that I've been showing everybody. It's 11 by 14. You can get these at Walmart if you're not making it to Hobby Lobby. I know Hobby Lobby sells them. You can use a 15% off coupon. I don't know if they sell this exact brand, but you want to get 11 by 14. Okay. And then you can, this is the last class I taught. And then what I did was I went ahead and I base coated my mixed media page. I already went ahead and did that black, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple teaching guides when you get a chance. If you don't have them, you can either buy them off of Donna Dewberry. You know, I don't even know if Donna Dewberry has these anymore. These are so old. Number 1133, the flower petal stroke guide. These are great for teaching you stroke work, okay? So you would load your brush and then slide, load your brush and slide, okay? So these are great because they're laminated, okay? This is the one you're going to be doing today for the little hydrangeas, all right? So this teaching guide is number 1133. It's a flower petal stroke guide. It's laminated, and you can paint on it and then wipe it off, okay? Same thing with the leaf guide. Leaf guide is number 1132, but that you can also paint on it and then wipe it off, okay? There's no back to that one. Now, there is another guide out there. I want to make sure. Okay, so it's not backwards. Okay, the other guide is called, it's 1131, it's a color guide. Now it shows you blending of 2 and 3 colors, okay, but on the other side it's blank. So what you can do is you practice these strokes and then you go on here by itself to see what it looks like. And this also is laminated, okay? So you can either buy these at, through Donna Dewberry's One Stroke site. I'm not sure if she still carries them. You can go on eBay, try Etsy, or you can Google these guides, and you might be able to just Google them and then print them. If you print them, I'm trying to get my screen to go big, it won't go big. All right, let's try it. Nope, it's still, looks like I need to go down a little further. Okay, let me hold this here 1 second. I want to see how far down I have to go. Just hang with me 1 second, guys. The only thing is I can't see comments. I want to be able to see comments if anybody gets on. All right, so. All right. So anyhow, as I was saying, you can get these maybe off of Donna Dewberry's One Stroke site. Etsy, eBay. If you Google it and you come up with these numbers 1132, 1133, and 1131. Okay, if you want to write them down, that way you can order them and you'll have them. I use these a lot. That's why I said I don't even know if they make these anymore. These are so old. Some of her newer kits may have some of the strokes that we're using today in it. You know, I don't know. I know that Pat, who is part of the tribe, buys a lot of Donna Dewberry stuff, so she may have some guides in there that have the leaf stroke and the petal stroke that we're doing today. If not, Google it, and you may be able to print it, and you put it in a, you know, the clear plastic sleeve. You want to put it in the sleeve, and then you can paint on the sleeve and then wipe that off. Okay? All right. So we're going to get started. So the first thing you're going to put out is and you have to use folk art paint. The technique will not work if you don't use folk art paint, okay? So you are going to put out either cottage white or wicker white, okay? I happen to grab cottage white today off the shelf. All right, and this is the palette. You don't have to get one of these. I use it for teaching because I can put my thumb in it, okay? It's ambidextrous. If you're left-handed, you can put it on this side. If you're right-handed, you put it on that side, okay? I'm just used to using this. So you're gonna put out about 1/4 size of the white, excuse me, and then you're gonna put out some floating medium. You're gonna leave a space in between, okay? Alrighty. So, and you wanna put out some of the purple. I told you perfect purple, 2557, or you can use any purple you have. I was just trying to let you know, but it has to be folk art, okay? It has to be folk art. Alrighty. Now we'll put out some purple because these are the first 3 colors we're going to use, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your large flat brush. Anytime you get new brushes, you want to put them in the water and wipe them off. Okay, they have size, the brushes have sizing in them. Oop. Okay, now I'm going to try to paint this upside down. I'm not sure how well I'm going to do. So anyhow, you're going to load a little bit of purple in your brush, a little bit of white. So what we want to do is we want to lighten that purple, a little bit of floating medium. Okay, then you're going to wipe it off on your paper towel, and all you're going to do is come across. You want to put some of the purple on the bottom. You can do it on a chiseled edge, or you can do it flat. Now remember, I'm on paper, so this is really going to suck it up. Okay, suck it up, get it? Alrighty. So I'm going to add a little more darker. So you're going to try to go across the whole page. Okay. Just going to work it back and forth. This is just what the vase has to have something to sit on. Can't be floating in the air. All right. Pick up a little more floating gel, floating medium. It just helps the paint to move. Okay. All right, hopefully you can see that. If you guys come on and you see me painting, can you say hi? Let me know you're here. It's only a few of you in the group right now. I'm trying to get the group larger. There's a lot of people out there right now teaching online. Now our fee, you know, it's only $22 for those that are just joining. Try to get your friends to join. I'm trying to get this group to, you know, enlarge, get bigger. So this is just the vase is going to sit on. Okay, I'll show you here. See how that, alrighty, I think my hand's in the way there. There you go. Not sure what happened. Looks like it froze a little bit. You know, it really depends on your connection where you live, how well your connection is, how much you see. Sometimes it might stop on you. And if it does, just give it a minute, it'll unfreeze. You know, I apologize for that, but everyone's internet is different. I have internet here at the shop. That's why I decided to teach here at the shop, because if I was at home teaching, it would be a hot mess, because our internet, we use a jetpack, and that jetpack is awful. All right, I just made a mess here. Let me see if I can get that off. Get some gel. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so next thing you're going to do, rinse out your brush once you're done that. So you're going to pick up a little bit of white on the corner, a little bit of the floating medium. You're going to work it back and forth. And what you're going to do is you're going to come down into your, like I said, I'm going to try this upside down. I'm not sure how well this is going to go. You're going to come in. Oh. I'm going to come in. And you're going to keep the white to the outside. Yes, you have a lot of, I'm on paper, so. And you're going to come over this side and do it on this side. So right now I am just making the vase, okay? I need a little more floating medium because it's dry. It's really dry. You won't have this problem on the canvas. Let's skip it a little bit, so I'm going to clean that up. Okay, you don't have to worry about the top of the vase because you're not going to see it, okay? There we go. And see how the water kind of have to let that dry a couple minutes, okay? So you work it back and forth. You're going to come up here and you're going to arch it. You're going to arch from one side to the other, okay? Now it's kind of dark, so I'm going to lighten this a little bit. Make sure you can't hear that music because Facebook will block my video, all kind of good stuff. All right, so we got the sides. And we have this part. I might have to wait a minute for this to dry, ladies. Yeah, it's gonna have to dry because we have to do the bottom. I'm picking up a lot of the purple because it's still wet. I turned it upside down so I could see it better. All right, so you got your sides. You're going to come in. And you're going to come back up. Okay, so it's like I'm looking at it, it looks like an upside down horseshoe to me. Okay, and then I'm going to come in from this side over to this side. And it's okay that you can see the table or whatever, the purple behind it. It's okay if you see that, okay? Because then when it dries a little bit, we're going to do this. Okay? Just put some of the purple so it looks like the table's behind it. Okay, now you got a clear vase. Okay, I am going to take whatever white was left on my brush and I'm just going to lightly go back and forth. So a little bit of the white is going to be in the vase. Not a whole lot, just a lot. So it looks like, yeah, you get like a reflection on your glass. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Alright, so this is what you should have. I don't know why it keeps going up and down. I'm not moving the camera. That's really weird. Okay. So we're going to let this dry for a minute. You can use your guides to help dry. It's the only thing with this background. It doesn't dry real fast. You think it would because the paper's sucking it up. All right, so when you're done that, you have to remember there's going to be stems for the flowers. Okay, so these stems are coming down. They're going to come down from here and they're going to go into the bottom of the vase. Don't go all the way to the edge, excuse me, the edge. Don't go all the way to here with them. Okay, you want to be inside the vase, not outside the vase. Now I am also painting this bigger. Okay. So this vase is a lot bigger than this, so this is going to be bigger, okay? I'm painting it bigger so you guys can see it. I didn't want to paint really, really small. All right. Now, when you do this, you have to think of the shape. So, and as I said, I'm going to try to do this upside down. So the vase is rounded, okay? So your stems are not going in all straight up and down, okay? Some of your stems, you know, they're going to be like rounded, okay? You know, you've ever looked at flowers in a glass vase, they're not all straight, okay? So I have 3 greens. I have thicket, I have olive green. I like the olive green better than the thicket, it's softer, and I have forest moss, okay? So I'm not going to use the thicket today. If you want to use your thicket, if you have folk art thicket, you are more than welcome to use the folk art thicket. Okay. I'm going to use the olive green. Use a little bit of olive green. Always shake your paint, okay, because it settles. You want to mix it. And I'm going to use a little bit of the forest moss. Okay, I'm hoping. I have my tablet, so I'm watching myself. I want to make sure I'm lining up, okay? So once you guys come on, if you could please let me know you're here. I'm going to stop for 1 second. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to go over and check to see how it looks, okay? So get your paint out and let your picture dry real quick, okay? All right, hang in there, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure, because there's no one on yet, I'm going to make sure that you guys can hear me before I go any further. I want to see how it looks. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Okay. I can't hear myself on live, so you won't be able to see it until when I'm done. Okie dokie. All right, so now that that's dry, then what you're going to do is you are going to take your, you can use your angle brush. There should be an angle brush in that pack, or there's a flat brush, the pack that I told you guys to get. Number 10, it's Donna Dewberry's one-stroke brushes, the flat plaid, number 10. Or you can use the angle. I'm going to use the angle today, okay? And anytime you use an angle brush, whatever you're leading with, the lighter color goes on the heel. So you're going to load the lighter color with the green, light green, the toe with the dark green. You're going to work it back and forth, flat. Okay, remember what I said? When you do this, you're gonna come from here down, okay? But they're not all gonna be straight like this. Okay, you want some doing that. You can have some of them straight. And they can go in front of one another. Okay. You always lead with the lighter color. One thing I like about the angle brush versus the flat brush, when you use a flat brush, you have to tilt it towards you. Well, this brush is already cut for you, so it's doing all the work already for you. All right? So I'm going to do a few more. Do a couple straight, and I'm going to do a couple crossing over. Okay, so these are the stems for all the flowers that we're going to do. Okay, see how I have them, a couple of them straight, a few of them straight, and a lot of them are going with the curve of the bowl, of the vase. Okay. All right. Once you're done that, you're going to rinse your brush out, and you're going to lay it down flat. Okay, and we're going to start adding the flowers. Okay. The first thing we're going to do are the leaves. Now, I'm going to tell you, this leaf is not real easy, okay? So, you'll be able to use your teaching guide when you're ready. And let me tell you, if you're not ready to do the hard leaf, okay, what you can do, it's just a couple of the easy leaves, okay? Now, I'm not used to using an angle brush for leaves. I'm going to show you why. Only because I've been using the flat brush for so long. It's a lot nicer. So, and then for you, those of you that do one stroke, okay, I'll show you. You wiggle, and then you wiggle the other side. Oh, turn the brush to the tip, okay. And then know how well you're going to see this. See, I'm wiggling. See, I'm not used to doing these upside down. I'm trying to do them upside down for you guys. Yeah, I have too much floating medium. Be careful with the floating medium. See, and then as soon as I pull the stem through, it picks up the paint. So just be careful. I'm going to do a couple of these. Because a lot of these you're not going to see, okay? And you know what? That's really kind of dark. So what I'm going to do is I am going to switch it up. And it's okay to switch it up. I'm going to let it dry though. And I am going to use some white to lighten a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I always make a V. So the white is on the outside. See how better that looks compared to the other one? It's just too dark. All right, so a little bit of white, a little bit of light green, a little bit of dark green. White on the outside. Okay, it's better. And I always like to pull stem through. So I'm just going to do a couple of these. I'm not going to go crazy. I just want you to see what it would look like with a couple of these coming down in front of the vase. Okay, and now that these are dry a little bit, I'm going to go in. I didn't like the dark too much. It's just too dark. This is better. See, now my hand's in the way. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to do this. And I'm going to do one more here. Okay, so there's my leaves. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use my filbert. Now the filbert is a rounded brush, and I think there's 2 of them in the kit, in the pack of brushes. There should be a 8. Is that 8? Yeah, that's an 8 and a 10. I'm sure it's not a 6. Maybe a 6. I don't know. It's a tiny number. But this is what a filbert looks like. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to load our palette. Now I got navy blue and midnight. Okay, I'm going to use navy blue. So I'm going to have several colors on my palette. Navy blue, you're going to have navy blue, white. You're going to have the purple with the white. I think that's it for now. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some of the navy with some white so I can get a lighter color. I didn't want you to have to buy another color blue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just base coating right now where all the flowers are going to go. So it's kind of like a circle. I'm just going to slap it in. I'm going to come over a little bit more, make it a little bigger. Okay, so this is going to be behind all the flowers that we do. Okay. This is going to be because, you know, the vase is bigger here than it was in the other painting. So you're just going to slap that on If you need some floating medium, grab some floating medium. It'll help you move this paint. Because folk art paint is very thick, and we like to use folk art paint in one stroke because it's easier to blend and highlight. Okay, and this doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I used a big flat brush to do that. All right, now on your guide, while that's drying, if you have the guide, if not, just watch, okay? I'm going to show you. I'm going to load this brush with some white and some purple. It's the filbert. I'm going to use the large one. And then what you do is you come in and you touch and you lift. You touch and you lift. And as you lift, you're actually taking that back to the chiseled edge. Okay, so I'm not painting like this. That's not what I'm doing. I'm turning the brush, touch and lift. And these guides will tell you small daisy and wildflower petals, start on the chiseled edge and apply pressure, pushing up and over. That's that one there, okay? But on the one we're doing, we're going to use a chiseled edge only, push down and lift to the end. Okay, and that's exactly what I said. You're going to touch and then you're going to lift to the end. So when you go to do this stroke, this is what it actually looks like. Okay, so you're going to touch and lift. Touch, flatten, and lift. Now it's kind of transparent on here because this is coated. Okay, but when you go to put them together, this is what a daisy looks like, but we're not doing daisies. Okay, same concept. All right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to start with, let that dry a little bit. You're going to start with the blue and the white. I have to get more white. I'll tell you, I like using the pad for teaching. So white and navy. This is the white and the navy. It's really pretty. Okay. If you don't want to use navy, we can always use midnight. So let me get out some midnight so you can see what that looks like. Paint's getting the best of me tonight. All right, so I'm gonna put out some navy, okay? So I want you to see what that looks like. I might use the navy instead. I think I'll use the navy instead. I think it's prettier. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna come in, you're gonna go outside the blue. You're gonna touch and pull. Okay, so they're just little itty bitty strokes. It's okay to get them on top of one another, okay, because that's what hydrangeas look like, okay. You want to do them on top of each other. You have to think of bunches. All right, so the hydrangeas are in bunches, and they're little bunches. And this brush might be too big, so I'm gonna flip one over to the other brush. Okay, so I'm gonna use a smaller filbert. I think it's a 6. It's either a 6 or an 8. Yeah, I like this one. All right, it's always trial and error with this stuff, ladies. Let's see how I go over top. And it's okay that it's not the same color, because hydrangeas, you know, are purples and blues. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a dirty brush. I'm going to pick up some purple. And I'm going to pick up a lot of purple. So you just keep building. Okay. You just keep working around this. Okay, then you're going to get bunches. You just have to think of a bunch of flowers. So I'm going over top of the blue. So you know hydrangeas are always in a big bunch. Take your time, don't rush through this. You'll be able to watch this anytime, guys. Okay. Picked up a little bit of blue in my brush. Now don't rinse this brush every time you change colors. Okay? I don't want you to do that. So I'm going to just wipe it off on a paper towel. I'm going to pick up the navy blue and white. I'm going to come back over here. Do a little bit more. I don't have enough here. Because this is so big. I want these to be bigger. Okay, only because the palette is so big. But you can do big ones, you can do small ones, you can alternate. You don't have to do them all the same size. Okay, if you want a darker purple, you can use dioxazine purple. Yes, I have dioxazine purple, which is darker than the perfect purple. Okay, so if you want to add more dimension to it, I'm hoping you guys can see this okay. All right, so some dioxazine purple. I'm going to use the bigger brush. I'm going to make these bigger so you can see them. They look kind of tiny on there. All right, so we're going to go back to the blue. So it's sort of like a 5-petal, but it's not a 5-petal flower. Okay, it's just, you just keep layering over top. You know, hydrangeas are in a bunch. Yeah, this is better because you can see them. And like I said, I'm not going to rinse my brush out. I'm going to pick up some dioxazine purple, a little bit of white. Do one here. You see how I'm building on them? I'm going to pick up a little bit of the lighter. And that goes over top of the other one. Okay. And then if you really want to get light, you're going to add a lot of white to your lavender, your perfect purple. You're going to add a lot of white to that. You're going to go over top. Okay. Let's see what other color purple I have. Sorry guys, just grabbing another purple. Not so, I need a little more pink. Well, not so much pink, but because all the purples are looking the same. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a mixture of some perfect purple with some white, because you want it to be lighter. This isn't that light, so like I said, instead of having to buy other paint, I really want to lighten it. I'm going to add a little bit of berry wine, just a little bit. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, there we go. All right, so then you're going to come in to a little bit of white. White on one corner and the purple on the other. Yeah, this is kind of hard to see because it's got to dry a little bit. So I'm just going to keep working, and then work your colors however you want them. Just remember they're supposed to be hydrangeas, so they're in clumps. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. They're not daisies. Now, even though you can use the daisies also use this brush. Okay. So see how I'm building on it? Okay, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick up some of the darker purple and add some darker purple. All right. And then I'll pick up some navy. So you're just going to go back and forth, okay? So it's a cluster of the blue, a cluster of the purple, you know. And then under here, you're going to put some more blue. I like a dirty brush, okay, because it's really nice when you keep adding to it. And then the purple and the white. So you have different color purples depending on how much white you use to lighten it, okay? Remember, these can come outside of the circle that we did. So you kind of want to go in a circle, but then one hydrangea goes on top of the other. Okay, and then if you notice, there's a little bit of daisies popped in there. Okay. All right, so dirty brush. We'll do some more purple. This whole thing is going to be in a circle, right? White, some of that really light purple. You just keep working around this. I'm going to go in and put some more blue. And we'll put a lot of blue in. And then we can go back and put the purple on top. Okay. Wipe the brush off. Yeah, don't clean it off in the water. Every time you clean it off in the water, it's okay that we see that light blue behind it, okay? And you go in between. And remember, mine are bigger than yours. I'm just going to go in with blue. I'm going to do the whole thing blue. And then when it dries, I'm going to go back over and do some of the purple. Because what's happening is it's too wet. Because I thought for sure this paper would soak it up, but it's not. Touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. Touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. There'll be one under there. I'm still using the dark blue. This is just a random thing, okay? They're just randomly going around. I love hydrangeas. We have a hydrangea bush. I didn't know it until about a week ago. And now it's dead. I guess it kind of dies, it doesn't stay. See how it's coming along? So that's just a blue. If you want a different blue, use a different blue. You don't have to use the blues I'm using, okay? You can use whatever you want as long as it's folk art paint. This process does not work with any other paint. Folk art paint is thick and creamy. If you try to use a cheaper, thinner technique, does not work. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. One stroke. It has to do with the brushes. Brushes and there you go, if you can see it better. The brushes and the paint. And you can buy cheaper paint, but you're not going to get this effect. So hopefully by me painting upside down, it made better sense to you. It's a little harder for me, but it's okay. Not everything I can do upside down, so I'm waiting for Logitech to get a hold of me. I got a ticket in because I should be able to go on Facebook, and I hooked it up yesterday. I hooked it up to my Facebook, and I had the screen, but the screen was dark, and it wanted me to put a code in. I don't know where to put the code in. Every time I try to put a code in, I don't know where it goes. So I'm waiting for Logitech to get back to me. You also can flip it so your white's on the outside, not so much of the inside. It just changes the whole look of the flower. I'm hoping to go on tomorrow on my regular painting page and do a live on how to put in lined drawers with paper. Okay, I got this huger I'm working on, so I'm going to be lining the drawers tomorrow. All right, that'll probably be, you know, because I had problems yesterday with Facebook and Logitech, so I couldn't go live yesterday. I'm trying to do it on Tuesdays for you guys because I'm closed on Tuesdays, so I don't get interrupted. Not that I'm closed right now. You know, I'm only open till 4 right now. So, but when the shop's open, I really don't want people coming in because then I have to stop what I'm doing and wait on them, and that's not fair to you guys. So that's why I'm trying to do this when I'm closed. So Tuesdays is my close day. Like I said, I had a problem yesterday, so I'm going to stay over a little bit tomorrow and try to work on those drawers. Okay. Alright. Almost done the blue. Just trying to get some more blue in here. Because then I'm going to go over and randomly put in the purple. So right now it's a lot of blue. Okay. So we're going to give it a minute. I think while we're letting that dry, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some leaves on. Now, I am going to use the light green and the dark green. Okay, so there's 3 leaves. Now you can do these in any color. You can do green and white. I like to do them in sets of 3s. And remember, you have your guide to practice on, okay? So this leaf here, let's see if I can do it upside down and sideways. Okay, so you're gonna touch, push, and slide to the tip. Okay, so this leaf here that I'm doing is only the first 3. All right. Now I'm used to painting, you know, upside down with the leaves. So I'm going to do a group here. Just randomly going around right now, waiting for this to dry. You always want to do them in sets. Anything you do is always in odd sets. Okay, it's never even. Flower arranging is always odd sets. I'll do one more set. They're just small ones. They're not really big. Okay. And then what you have to do is you have to take your brush and then go in and put your stems. And that's with the chiseled edge of the brush. Okay. I used a lighter color, you'll be able to see it. So let me use the lighter color. They're just little stems coming out of the arrangement. And then when it dries, we'll go and put the little white buds on it. Okay, so that's that. Put that over there. Got a little hot mess going on here. Really wish one of you guys would have been on so you could have talked to me. Alrighty, so we're gonna let that dry a second. Take a drink. Hello, everybody. So if you know anybody that wants to join, if you could tag them in the post. You know, I post a lot. Get a friend. It's $22 a month right now. It may be going up, but I'm not sure yet. Trying not to. I mean, there's so many people out there doing this. So many people teaching. You know, I'm not the only one. I, you know, taught online years ago, and then, you know, a couple years ago, and then I stopped. So now I'm back to doing it. But there's still a lot of people out there. All right, so if you could share with your friends, that would be great. So now what I'm doing is I'm going in over top and I'm just putting in, I'm using a flat brush. I'm used to using a flat brush. Old habits, hard to break. Purple, white. Now it may pick up some of the colors that are already on there, and that's okay. A little bit of white. So it's just a touch pull, touch pull, touch pull, touch pull, or touch lift. Okay. I'm hoping this is making sense for you guys. Purple and white. And go in here to another one. Yeah, from teaching I turn my hand. You may have to turn your brush. Okay, but that comes with time. Do some purple over here. Got a little guy over here. I'll come up here and do a purple one. So you got your blues, your purples, and then your pinky purple. Okay. See how they're overlapping? I think what I need to do is when I do this stuff, I mean, I painted this painting 4 years ago, is write down my colors, because then when I go to teach it, I'm like, oh, what are these colors? I don't even think, Donna Dewberry, I don't even think One Stroke carries those colors anymore that I use. So I tried to get as close as I could to them, you know? It's just a nice little project. And if you mess it up, it's not a big deal. you know? It's okay. It's yours. You're learning. Okay. So anyhow, if you guys could share my when I go on Coastal Strokes and I say, oh, this class is going to be taught online, you know, if you're interested, join our tribe. Share that for me, okay? Because I'm this is how I make a living. I love to teach, but you know, I'm trying to build up the tribe because I want to keep doing this when I retire in, I think, 3-4 years. I retire, Paul and I. So, you know, I want to be able to, if I don't have the studio, not that I'm getting rid of it, but who knows when I retire what I'm going to do, okay? I've been teaching for 25 years. I can't imagine me not teaching. I love to teach, okay? So if I just do online from the house, you know, I really don't have a lot of room for stuff. Now I'm going to go back and put in some of the light purple. And I'm putting this right over top of the dark purple and the blue. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, if I decide to teach out of my house, I mean, the only thing I have is a spare bedroom. That's why, you know, I have the studio to teach. Plus I make and sell things. But, you know, if I retire, I'm going to need somewhere in the house. I'm not sure where I would do it though, because the house is really tiny. Then I would strictly teach online. So I'm hoping you guys like this. The hydrangeas, really pretty. And I'm going to pick up more white and do more white, not so much purple. So, you know, even if you did pieces, because it looks like things are overlapping, you know what I mean? Go up to the edge and just do a couple. Okay, so the last thing before we finish is in all these leaves that I showed you, okay, you're gonna touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. So it's 3 of them together, okay? So you're gonna touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. You're gonna touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. So you have 3 together. Touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. You're going to do that all around where all the little leaves are that you put in here. Okay? Then if you want, you can go in between just randomly and put in like little white petals, like for some daisy pieces. And that's only 5. Okay? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're my little white flowers. Okay. Now what you're going to do, you can either use moon yellow or school bus yellow. I am going to use school bus yellow. And then what you need to do is you need to take the end of your liner, okay? Your liner is the long hair guy. You're going to take this part and you're going to go into each of the white flowers, not the ones going around the edge, the ones in the middle that you Okay. I think I'm going to do one there. It looks like it needs one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. 4, 5. And then I'm going to do the middle there. 2, 4, 6. Up. Remember I said no evens. So we're going to do one more. And get just white on my brush. Okay, so we're gonna do one right there. All right, 2, 4, 6, 7. I got 7 little daisies, and I got the little white flowers. Okay, so in front of the little white flowers, you're gonna take your liner. You're just gonna pull up into them. If you want to do it with the lighter green, you can. So all you're going to do is you're going to go 1, 2, 3. All you're doing is closing them in. Okay. Putting green stuff in front of them. The little things, you know, I'm not sure what they're called. I'm going to say calyx. All my flower people know what I'm talking about. So if you're a flower person, it's a little thing that cups the flowers, you know, that protects it. You're going to come up, 2, 3. You're going to come up, 2, 3. Not too shabby painting upside down, huh? Let me see what it looks like right side up. That's not too bad. Oh, I never paint a whole project upside down, so that's not too bad. What I want to do though, while this is dry, I want to take my, let's find me some floating medium. Make sure I have it back this way. I think the phone moved a little bit. So what I want to do is, I'm going to pick up some white, a little bit of floating medium. Now that this is dry, come back just put in my bottom. Is that paper really dry, like it sucks it all up? I just a little bit. Well, ladies, that's it for the evening. I hope I didn't bore you too much tonight. And make sure you sign it. I mean, this would be good if I could do this upside down, huh? Let me find my liner, my long liner. What's this? This is a liner, but it's... All right, so let's see. I'm going to try to do this upside down. Let's turn it back up. All right, so I'm going to sign this. I always sign it with my initials and the year. I'm going to put 2020. Okay. So it's MAD. Kind of made my little tail a little long, but that's okay. All right, ladies. So this is what it should look like when you're finished. If you ladies have any questions, let me know. Okay, message me. If you have any questions on colors, brushes, guides, I'm going to try to pick out something for the next class. If you guys have anything that you're interested in learning, let me know, okay? The next one will be in 2 weeks, and then in between I'm going to do demos for things. Well, ladies, thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow on a Coastal Strokes painting group. That's where I'm going to be demoing, okay? Have a good one. Good night.